Have you ever asked yourself what will happen if I lost everything and I had only $1,000 to my name? Trust me, I have, because if I lost everything but I had only $1,000 to my name, I would build a system. And here's exactly how I would turn that $1,000 into a wealth building machine. Hi guys, welcome back to another video. So if you're new here, my name is Peace. I'm a banker, an investor, and your smartest enjoyment minister. So I've spent the last 8 years in the banking industry, understanding how money works in the Nigerian environment, basically learning the practical aspect of money through my life experiences. So today I'm going to be sharing with you how I would build wealth if I had lost everything but had only $1,000 to my name, and how you too can apply the methods I'm going to be sharing with you. So let's get right into it. So first things first, before you start thinking of investing that $1,000, you have to think safety first. Like, that is the main foundation to your investment journey. In this case, you have to prioritize your financial security over the potential gains you are going to get from investing that your $1,000. Because let's say you want to invest, but then you have a high interest debt. What do you think is going to be happening to that investment if your debt is still choking you? Because at the end of the day, you find that you're paying a higher interest on the debt you're having and then getting lesser value from your investment. Take for example now, you have like an investment which is giving you like 10% per annum, which is the standard for investment maybe in the stock market. But then you have a high interest debt which is 20%, and this 20% is rising daily. You are not sure what it will be the next day. So you are basically having like a 10% difference in this situation. So you have to prioritize your financial security before you start thinking of any gain you are going to get in by investing your money in the market. In this case, two things you can do is to either use that $1,000 as a mini emergency fund while you build up 3 to 6 months worth of emergency fund, but at least have this one as your emergency fund before you start thinking of investing. The next thing you can do is to use the debt avalanche method to clear up that your high interest debt first. Avalanche method is basically you clearing off any high interest debt you have before you start dabbling into investing. Because if you start investing without clearing off this debt, you're basically still tying yourself back because you're not going to achieve anything. Then when that debt is gone, you can now finally start investing. So now that we've laid proper foundation for your investment, you've cleared up your high interest debts, now we need to choose the brokerage account we are going to use to start our investment journey, because where you put your money matters as much as what you are going to be buying in that platform. And then you have to think about another thing, like, am I going to be investing in a platform where I can buy Nigerian stocks and American stocks, international stocks easily in one platform, or am I going to be using separate platforms for this? Another thing is commission, because investing in platforms, especially in Nigeria, you find that every of these platforms that you can use to invest have commission. So you don't go there not knowing that there's commission for you to pay, because like on Bamboo, which I currently use, you pay $1 for every stock that you buy. So you have to know this before going into it. And then for someone who has gone through different phases of investing, because I have started on one platform which started as Spotify, then changed name several times, now it is currently at Vest. While I have some portion of my money there, I had to abandon that platform to start in another platform which is more popular, which is more like well known and many people use it. You have your CSCS number. So all these things are things you need to think about when you want to start your investment journey. So that takes care of the brokerage account you're going to use to invest. At the end of the day, the ultimate goal here is to start your investment journey in a platform where the trading options are limitless, your money is safe, the platform is registered with the SEC, Securities and Exchange Commission, and you've done your background check on this platform. And interestingly, this platform does like KYC on you. So, it is a win-win situation. So you don't end up, putting your money in a place where you are not sure of the future of that platform. Because especially in Nigeria, where we've had this experience several times, I can remember investing in a platform which later went kaboom, and now my money is gone. So you need to know which platform you are putting your money and how secure your money is going to be. And finally, if that platform you are going to be investing in allows for you to buy fractional shares, because obviously not everybody has a lot of money to be buying maybe like a share of a company which is $600 per share. So you need to be able to have options to buy fractional shares, like $1 worth of shares out of that $600. It is a little, but that is where we can start from. So let's use platforms which allow for this option of fractional shares. Now that I've taken care of the platform we are going to use to invest, let's get into the core investing and how we are going to be sharing this at $1,000. And this method is called the core satellite strategy. So you're basically going to be using 80-20 division for this your $1,000. So you have 80%, which is the $800. You are going to be investing this in broad market index funds or ETFs like VOO, VTI, S&P 500, where you know that your money is sure to grow and has over the years gotten a standard growth of 10%, and even if you invest aggressively, you can get 12%, but you need to put your money, that 80%, $800, in a secure place. Then the remaining 20%, which is $200, you are going to be using it for education purposes. So you are going to pick one or two stocks, maybe like Amazon, Tesla, those stocks that you know they are bound to do well, they do well, or they've done well over the time. You are going to invest that 20% in those ones, but use it for education purposes, because you're going to be learning how the market is going to be moving, and just monitor it to know, okay, how to move forward with your investment journey. But the main thing is that you have that $800, which is secure and is bound to grow, at least with the history behind it. Timing the market versus timing the market. So you find that some people are always waiting for that perfect dip in the market. They are waiting for the stock price to go down before they think of investing. But have you ever thought of the fact that the habit you have around investing is more important than you timing the market to know when a stock goes down? Because if you know how to invest $1,000, you are more likely to get more value from that $1,000 than when you wait for the stock that you are waiting for years to dip. But then before that stock gets to dip, your money has lost value in just waiting for you in one place. One method that you can use to take care of this is to apply something that is called dollar cost averaging. So this method is a method you can use to take care of that your situation of wanting to wait for the perfect dip. Just divide your $1,000 across 4 different places and invest it monthly. It takes care of the fluctuation in the dollar. It takes care of the risk involved in investing. But then at the end of the day, you are creating better habits around investing. Now we've talked about the strategy we are going to use to invest our $1,000, knowing how the timing in the market works, and you taking advantage of the options available. Now let's talk about you reinvesting your dividend and the snowball effect that comes with you investing in the first place and leaving your investment for years. So let's say you get dividend from the stocks that you buy, maybe like Apple, Tesla, and this money goes directly into your wallet in the platform that you use in investing. So you are going to be leaving that money there, but then you create a system whereby you can reinvest the dividend you get, because obviously, like if you are like me, who is just investing in fractional shares because you can't obviously afford the bigger shares, you're going to be getting smaller values out of that dividend that is being shared to the shareholders of the company. But all that matters is that you are going to reinvest this dividend you get to increase the value of your shares, even though it is by 0.01. It is a matter of reinvesting. Let's talk about what happens when you invest in stocks, or let's say in ETFs like VOO and the likes, and leave that money, let's say the $1,000, untouched for 20 years. You are going to be getting $6,772.50 just from investing that $1,000 and leaving it untouched for 20 years. This is the power of reinvesting and you allowing the snowball effect on your investment. Don't go about saying that you're going to remove your investment, especially when you invest in ETFs, index funds. These things have years and years of growth and they have a history of growth. So there are like 3 different standards that are used for investing in ETFs that people consider as the growth pattern for ETFs. The first one is the conservative method, which usually yields like, let's say 7%. Maybe you are hoping that no matter what, it will not fall down below 7%. If you had invested that $1,000 and left it untouched for 20 years, you are going to be getting $3,869.68. And then for the standard, which is the 10%, the standard interest rate that has always been gotten over years, you are going to be getting that $6,772. For the aggressive type, you are going to be getting 12%, which eventually makes your money to grow to $9,646.28. Why don't you apply this method? It is going to help you to grow your money by allowing you to build a system that is going to work over years. Now we have come to the place where we have to talk about what you should not do in your investment journey. And the first one is, don't allow the fear of missing out to take over you, because if you are one that has built habits on investing, you are not going to allow that to take control of your investment mindset and all that. Don't allow the fear of missing out to get to you. Don't look for get rich quick schemes. Don't follow all those influencers that are telling you that, okay, you're going to get 30% from investing in this place, when you know that the interest rate on treasury bills is just 60% per annum. I've told you guys, most of the investments in the Nigerian sphere is based on the Nigerian treasury bills. So it is usually the base, but not, there are some investment options that are usually higher, but then it will still hover around that 16.7%. So this is exactly how I would invest and build wealth if I were to lose everything but had only $1,000 to my name. So instead of chasing get rich quick schemes, which I've shown time and time again to fail, I'm going to be building a system around money that actually works. I share everything I learned with you guys so that, on this our journey of financial freedom, we can live a life of balance where we are able to enjoy our lives while saving, investing, and living that life of balance that we all love to have. If you found this video helpful, make sure to click that like button, subscribe to the channel, join this family, because we're all about the good stuff. Living a life of balance is what we do over here. And that is it from your smart enjoyment minister. Bye bye.